Why are we here? We're here to celebrate the simple notion that parents know what's best for their kids and can make decisions about where their children ought to go to school. School choice is this revolutionary idea that puts parents in the driver's seat, gives them control over where their children are educated. But why is it so revolutionary? For centuries, families have made decisions about the best neighborhoods to move into based on the condition and the performance of the neighborhood district schools. That's a type of school choice, and we celebrate that today. For centuries, families have pulled their resources and saved their pennies so that they can afford private school tuition. That's a type of school choice, and we celebrate that today. But both of those options require some kind of financial means, whether to move to neighborhoods with better schools or to pay for private school tuition. Those options leave out far too many kids. School choice is too often reserved for simply those who can afford it, and that is not acceptable. All children are unique, not just those born into wealthy families. All children deserve a great education, not just those born into the right zip codes. It's unconscionable to me that a child born on one side of the street might have access to a world-class education and a child born on the other side of the street would not. This is immoral, it's un-American, and it has to stop. Yesterday, we remembered a great man who fought for civil rights, who fought for human rights, for all Americans, especially African Americans. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood on fundamentally American ideas when he gave a speech in 1965 at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, quoting the Declaration of Independence, saying, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with inalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." He went on to say, never before in the history of the world has a socio-political document expressed in such profound, eloquent, and unequivocal language the dignity and worth of human personality. The American dream reminds us that every man is an heir of that legacy of dignity and worth. You know, Dr. King was right. The promise of the American Declaration of Independence, a promise that we have never fully delivered on, is a promise that every American has dignity and worth and value and deserves equal treatment under the law. You know, Mississippi's education system, for all of its strengths, it still favors the haves over the have-nots, those from wealthy communities over poor communities, and falls far short of the promise of the American founders. To be clear, the American founders fell short too. But for each generation of Americans, we have a new opportunity to fight for a more just, equitable, and free society, and to fulfill that American promise. And today, the obligation to fight for the tenets of the Declaration of Independence fall to us. We've made progress in Mississippi's education system. Many of you are a testament to that you're here because of school choice progress. Our political leaders have begun to create options that are not purely limited to those based on their zip code. Charter schools, dyslexia scholarships, ESAs have opened doors of opportunity to students whose needs would otherwise not be met. But for the thousands of families across the state who don't live near a charter school or don't live in a public school district that's meeting their needs, or the hundreds of families who are waitlisted, many of whom are here today, opportunity has not come fast enough, and more must be done. It's time. It's time for lawmakers to stand up, to answer the call from parents and kids to expand education options to more students until every student in Mississippi has access to a high-quality education that they chose. Our work is not finished. To every parent, to every student, to every teacher that's here today, thank you for showing up. Thank you for joining your voices together. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your optimism. Thank you for your hope that a lot has been done, but so much more is possible. God bless you. Thank you for being here. Have a great day.